today's Thursday Thinks is all about, are we right to call the animals in our lives pets? So hello everybody, my name's Marianne and I am the founder of Naturally Willow, which is a source of information to help you to heal your horse, mind, body and soul naturally. So today is a subject which was brought to my attention by Sarah. So hi Sarah, thanks for suggesting this topic. If you've got a topic you want to suggest, let me know. Send me a message, comment, whatever. It is also a subject that was raised by the super vet Noel Fitzpatrick in one of his tweets recently, and he was expressing his desire to change how we talk about the animals in our lives. Now, if you think about animals in a legal sense, because I'm from a legal background, animals are classed as chattels. Now, chattels are all the intangible and tangible objects which aren't, or objects, items, household items, everything that you own which isn't land or money. So technically you can gift a chattel, which includes your horse. In fact, there's quite a few legislations which expressly mention horses and equines and how you can actually leave them in your will. Now, from a legal background, I've actually written wills where people have specifically left their horses to specific people. Now, whilst I am happy that people are thinking about their horses when they're thinking about their wills, if you look at the same sort of paragraph though, when you're writing a guardianship clause for a child, it is very, very different. And I, for one, have always called my horses my children. Now, I know some people don't like it when they hear people calling their animals their children. If that's your opinion, that's absolutely fine. I call my horses my children because I look after them 24/7. I worry about them when they're ill. I feed them. I spend all of my money on them. They are a complete drain on my funds, and I love them so, so dearly and will defend them to the death. So that is why I call them my children. But if you don't like it, fine, you call them what you like. But what Noel was trying to get at was that animals in our lives should be more considered family, which I obviously agree with, because they are more than just simple animals that are in our lives. They're more than simple pets, because a pet is more of just, you've got it. You've got this creature, it's in your life, but there's no real sort of sense of love when you say pet. Whereas you say family member, that implies a real close bond. So what Noel was saying is that, and I will paraphrase from what he said in his video and his tweet, he said that animals teach us the world is a great place. Now, I completely agree with that, because when you've had a really bad day and you're feeling as though the world is against you or that you can't get anything right, and you walk through the door and your animal's just there, whether it's a dog, a cat, a budgie or a horse, they are just there and they're always, hiya! They don't have the bad day that you've had. Or even if they have, it's in the past and they forget about it. Or not forget about it, but it's in the past, so why worry about it? And that sort of energy, that sort of intention, it's catching. And okay, sometimes you might walk in the door and like, don't talk to me, just leave me alone. But they worm their way in. And they're like, no. You're going to have a good day now because I'm here. And they do. And they improve your emotional health and your mental health. Which is why when people have support animals, emotional support animals, because that animal in that in that current time is so focused on what's happening in that moment that everything else doesn't matter, which I find is absolutely perfect, because you leave all your stuff at the door because they don't want to worry about it, they don't care about it. Anything that matters right now is that you're here and you love me, because animals give us unconditional love, which is something that is in real need in this world, I think. So for Noel, his viewpoint is that animals are so much more than pets. They should always be considered family, and they make up the fabric of our daily lives and improve our lives so much that to call them mere pets is almost insulting. So when he started his TV show The Super Vet, he insisted to his producers and the TV channel that was picking up the series that they would never call the people coming in with their animals the owners. They would always be called the family or the guardians. Now that sounds absolutely amazing, doesn't it? To have your dog go in for a checkup or some sort of operation that the super vet is very famous for, and for them to say, oh, here comes mum and dad, or oh, your family member is here, or your guardians are here, are you ready to see them? That implies that he understands that you have such a bond with that animal, which you obviously do if you're taking him to the super vet, because the super vet does really intricate work and stuff that other vets don't have the confidence to do or the skills to do. So you obviously, it's more than just taking them to your local vet. You're going to the super vet. So of course you have a real close bond with that animal family member. So I absolutely love the word guardianship as well, because as I mentioned when I wrote wills in the past for people, guardianship clauses are comprehensive. They say who is to look after the child, they say how long to look after the child for, and you can put so many parameters in there for that child's care, and also set up trusts for them so that they're provided for during their lifetimes. But you'll find sometimes that for people who don't understand the connection that you have with an animal, that when you lose that animal or something happens, the first thing they say is, oh, I'm so sorry, are you going to get another one? Which goes back to the thought that animals are chattels. They're an item, they're a thing that you own and can be easily replaced. And yet nobody would say that if you lost your child. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your baby, are you going to have another one? No, nobody would ever say that, because that is very inappropriate and wrong. And yet it's something that you'd say about an animal, purely because you haven't birthed it, because it's not come from you, because it's not a human. I don't think that that's right. And okay, this video is me expressing real strong opinions, but I think this needs to be said, which I think obviously Noel Fitzpatrick has also put out into the world, because he thinks that this is really important. I mean, to insist on your show, your TV show that is on its first series, before it's even gone out to the people, that the animals are to be called the animal family, and the people who bring them in are to be called the family or the guardians. He's put a lot of, I don't know what the word is, a lot of risk by saying that, because what if the channel went, no, we're calling them the owners? Or what if the producer went, come on buddy, everyone calls them owners, so that's what we're going to do because it makes it more viewer friendly? Well, the Supervet's gone on for how many series now, and a lot of people know who he is, and he's written books and all sorts now, so he's obviously done something right. And if you're in England, we're a country of animal lovers. We're so focused on our animals, like, we love our animals more than we love each other. You know, it's something to consider though. How do you phrase it when you ask people what animals they have in their lives? Do you say, do you have any pets? Or what animals do you have? Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? What phraseology do you use? Something to really consider, because if you change the way you speak about things, you change the meaning behind it. So in me saying to you, oh yeah, you got any pets? It implies, you know, oh yeah, you got any hats to go with that scarf? Whereas if you say, oh, have you got any animal family members? It's the same as saying, oh, have you got any children? So it implies more of a bond. It implies more of that unconditional love that that animal gives you, which should be respected, because there's not many people in this world that will give you that unconditional love. Of, you could be having the worst day of your life, everything could be falling apart, you could have got everything wrong, you could be flat broke, and that animal will still come in and be like, hiya, do you want a cuddle? Stroke me. It'll make you feel better, won't it? Just stroke me. And the thing is that animals don't care whether you're rich or whether you're famous, which means there's no pressure on you whatsoever from them. They never seem to want anything from you except for a bit of love in return and some food. I mean, what do you think? The Queen walks into a dining room and says to her corgis, I'm the Queen, do as you're told. They don't care who you are, love. Scratch my tummy. Or, anybody, you watch the Osbournes, and do you think their animals care that they're the Osbournes? No! Just as long as they're looked after, they got somebody to give them some love, food, water, a bed to sleep on. Sorted! The simplicity of their needs makes you really ground yourself and consider whether you really need all the things that you feel that you need. We go into our lives and I need the new iPhone, or my laptop's feeling a bit crickety, I need a new one. And then it becomes an obsession almost, doesn't it? Of, I need to save up for that, or I need to go shopping for it. And then you get drowned out by all of the options and choices, the different phones, the different colours, different functions, and how much storage you want, and what data package do you want, and your laptop, how big do you want the screen, and how big do you want your RAM, and then you look at your dog or your horse, and that doesn't matter, because it won't change anything for their lives, not truly. And then you start to sit with them and realise the only thing that they want is safety, some food, some water, bit of mental stimulation maybe here and there, but nothing too much. The simplicity of it is just really, really inspiring when you just sit there. Because I don't know if you've done it, but if you go and sit in your field with your horse and just sit there, don't time yourself, don't take your phone, don't take anything with you, no technology, nothing, just go and sit there. See how long it is that you can actually sit there for. Because in our daily lives, we have so much mental stimulation. We've got constant bombardment of adverts on our phones, or things popping up on our computers, like our emails, or something from work, or somebody's trying to contact you on Teams, or you've got your Facebook Messenger opens because so-and-so's messaging you, or I wonder what's happening in so-and-so's life, so you flick onto Facebook, and Instagram's constantly pinging at you, or I want some music, I'll go onto YouTube, and how many choices of YouTube videos are there, and how many adverts are that you've got to watch before you can go into your video, and it's halfway through and you've got another load of adverts flying at your face. That is constant mental stimulation. And then you go and sit outside with your horse, observing them, seeing how little they need. How long can you actually sit there for? Because when I first tried it, I sat there for 10 seconds and went, oh, there's so many things I could be doing right now. Oh, I'm wasting my time sat here. Oh, my hands have got nothing to do. Oh, you almost get, like you're a bit high or something. And you always start to feel as though you need some sort of stimulation. Like you need to be doing something. You need some sort of feedback. So I encourage you to go and sit with your animal family, whether it's your dog, your cat, your budgie, or your horse, or your pony. Just go and sit there and actually focus on them and see what it is that they actually need, and see whether the connection that you believe that you have with them, do they see it in return? Is it more than what you expected? Is it less? If it's less, why is it less? Is it because you're getting their needs slightly wrong? And is it because the way you think of your animal? Do you think of them as your baby? Do you think of them as your pet? Or do you think of them as a animal family member with their own thoughts, feelings and opinions? So when it comes to what Noel Fitzpatrick has said, I completely agree that we need to be thinking differently about how we think about our pets, and whether you call them your pets, the animals in your life. Do you consider them family? If so, are you calling them family when you talk about them? When you send that Facebook message, when you send that tweet, when you send that post up that Instagram post, are you saying, here is my animal family member? Or are you saying, oh, I got a crazy pet? Think about the implications of what you're saying and whether it truly says what you feel. And is it how you want somebody else to consider the animal in your life? Would you want them to consider them as a family member? Or would you want to consider them as a chattel, which is equivalent to a chair? So if you are in agreement with what Noel Fitzpatrick has said, he's set up 2 hashtags. One of them is hashtag animal families and the other one is hashtag not owners. And he's trying to encourage everybody to put posts or videos or anything about their animal families. And the stuff that people have put on there is absolutely beautiful. So I suggest you go and check it out and participate. Pop your pictures on there, pop your videos on there, and support him in his attempt to, or support him as he changes how we speak about our animals and how we perceive them in our lives. Okay, so I think that's me for today. Quite a heavy one, quite a opinionated one, shall we say. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, let me know in the comments below. I just check, I haven't really got any comments. No, I've got no comments at the moment. I will be monitoring though, so let me know in the comments below. If you watched it on replay, put hashtag replay. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's lots of videos over there for you to check out about track systems and the benefits of various plants and herbs. And join us on the Instagram, which is naturally_Willa, for virtually daily updates on the herd. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, join the Facebook group, and I'll see you all next week for my next Thursday Thinks. Bye everyone.